Do you know what a Zamboni is?
Yes, it's the thing they use to like make the ice all smooth.
And do you know what they do?
Clean the ice.
I always ask about them whenever I'm at a hockey game, and I'm like, oh, these are kind of cool, but I don't really know like exactly the graph of how it works. So
this is the untold story of an historic machine that brings great significance to ice resurfacing. Meet John and Kevin. Our story follows these two professionals at the Goggin Ice Center in Oxford. To learn more about this mystery machine, we first met with Kevin Ackley to understand the importance of ice resurfacers.
Number one, hockey and skating are very expensive sports to play. So to provide a good ice quality for our customers is very important when you have a lot of competition around the area. And also an ice resurfacer helps maintain the ice in good quality condition, which helps our risk management. So from a risk management standpoint and a customer service standpoint, the ice resurfacer is probably the most important piece of equipment that we have in our building. Another reason why ice resurfacers are so important to rink industries is time management. An ice resurface can take 10 to 15 minutes when you're using a resurfacer, but if you're doing it by hand, you're probably looking at more of 20 to 30 minutes, which will really eat into your revenue, because now instead of being able to rent the ice for 10 hours a day, you're now only able to rent it for 6 hours a day.
But where did it all begin? To answer that, we journey back in time to 1940, when Frank Zamboni, his brother and cousin, faced challenges maintaining the rink that they had built in Paramount, California. The resurfacing methods of that time were labor-intensive and time-consuming, so Frank began experimenting to find a better solution. 9 years later, the first ice resurfacer was born. The machine would evolve over time, and demand would increase as rink owners would embrace this new process. But how does this process work?
Ice resurfacing is the process of basically, short story, it's cleaning the ice. So after the hockey players and skaters have skated on the ice, they leave a lot of cuts and grooves in the surface of the ice, and there's snow that comes out of those cuts and grooves. So the resurfacing process cleans all that up. If the ice wasn't resurfaced, eventually there'd be a lot of snow buildup, and the ruts would be so bad that it would be a terrible experience for the people skating. It could be potentially dangerous for the skaters if it's not resurfaced.
Wow.
The technical process is there's a blade on the back of the Zamboni, and it shaves between a 1/16 and a 32nd of an inch of ice off the surface. And then there's water that runs inside the conditioner. It fills in all those skate groove marks, and then there's water that comes out the back that replaces what you shaved off. The first part of the Zamboni is the engine. It is very similar to your standard automobile engine. The biggest difference is that it has a transmission. It's hydrostatic, so it's a hydraulically powered transmission and drivetrain, unlike your car that has gears and whatnot. This is probably the most important part of the Zamboni. It's the conditioner, this whole black unit. That's where the actual ice making occurs and resurfacing occurs. Along the conditioner, if you can see there's an auger that moves the snow that we pick up to the center. A lot of people think that this is the blade, but it's not actually. That's just the auger. And there's the silver part is the blade. That's what does the shaving. These are my hydraulic controls. So these will turn on the augers. The augers will move the snow from the conditioner up through here and into the dump tank. So that's what these two control, the horizontal and the vertical augers. This hydraulic lever will lower the conditioner down onto the ice so I can begin the resurface process. These two valves are my water valves. This is my cold water valve, and that's the water that fills in all the grooves. And then this is my hot water valve, and it makes the new ice surface.
Ice resurfacers have become a true unsung hero in the rink. From management to sports and entertainment, everyone benefits from this mystery machine.